What I want you to take from this video today is, what does it mean to go from dream to reality? When you have an idea, what does it take to turn that idea into a practically applicable vision, entity, structure, business? Pay attention today, the journey and the outcome of Fitometry. I am the Facilitator MD.
Hi, I'm Nigel Gilbert. I'm the owner of Fitometry Health Club. Fitometry Health Club is a new health club concept where we actually connect in-person and remote experiences, but truly connected experiences in order to actually help you understand what your total fitness continuum actually is. The big challenge is that prior to COVID, the main stop for you to gain your fitness was really the gym. During and even after COVID, there have been so many multiple options for you to gain your fitness. And so it can be a bit more challenging for you to understand what's the right path for you. Further to that, a lot of gyms, when the pandemic ended, said, come on back to us. And so those habits that you did create that were actually healthy habits. And so there was a bit of a dichotomy there whereby gyms were saying, well, don't worry about what you've been doing outside of our gym. Come back to the gym, and that's a bit of a challenge for anybody else. You know, it's actually, to be honest with you, it's somewhat conflicted. At Fitometry, we're somewhat different. We don't care where you're actually getting your workout genuinely. If it is that you are on Peloton, or if you actually are on Fitbit, on Garmin, if it is that you're actually getting your fitness outside of the club, that's perfectly fine. It's all about gaining your movement. However, if it is you do come to our club, you'll actually get a greater top-notch experience. The benefit for us is that we actually are focused on connecting those experiences together. So whether or not you're in the gym or outside the gym, we have the ability to track your fitness in totality. Through our app, we can invite and bring in those experiences together, so you actually see one holistic picture of your journey as opposed to it being totally fragmented. And then on top of that, when you actually do come to our gym, we're actually presenting you with a number of different experiences that, to be quite honest with you, you're not going to see or experience at other clubs. I would say that this has really been probably about a 7 or 8 year project. Started out, as just simply something conceptually, me asking questions as a gym goer, and I've always been around the industry. While it hasn't been something that I've done professionally, I've always frequented gyms since I've been in high school. But with that come knowledge and come a certain acumen with regards to understanding what the member actually is looking for, understanding the gaps in the industry, and understanding where some owners are really falling short. And so I really kind of came into this business, to be quite honest with you, based off of the deficiencies that exist in the industry. And so we want to make sure that we can, provide those services that other clubs really are not or haven't really thought about. So what do I mean by that? I think that in one sense, a lot of people love the studios because they feel as if they actually have that community feel. People know them. It's kind of like Cheers. That's part of the reason why people go to studios as opposed to the bigger box gyms. However, the bigger box gyms actually have a greater offering. So they, number one, you don't have to necessarily schedule your workouts. You can actually come as you wish, and there's always something that you can actually do. So flexibility, variety are all things that are actually available on that side. However, the downside is that you feel as if you're a forgotten soul in those establishments. And so what we're doing is we really care about our clients. We actually kind of go through a KYC process, a know your customer process. And so we are actually qualifying those individuals. We're understanding exactly who they are, what tribe, so to speak, do they actually fit into. So we can either, number one, get them into create offerings that are very much so like-minded, that they actually will like and be attracted to. That's number one. And then number two, expand their horizons with other opportunities for things that may be interconnected that they can actually connect with, and they may actually look at because they may be looking at now because they would not have otherwise been something that they would have otherwise thought about. Beyond that, I think that one of the biggest challenges with people, I should say with anybody when it comes to the gym, including me, is that it can be a bit intimidating. And so gym intimidation is one of the biggest factors in the industry, and overcoming that is really one key component. We like to feel as if we actually are helping out our members when we're talking about overcoming those obstacles, whether you're talking about our foundational classes, educating them with regards to their own fitness and wellness. Our main objective is making sure that you feel savvy about your fitness, because we believe that if it is you're more savvy about your fitness and your wellness, then you're actually going to be more comfortable doing this on an ongoing basis. I think that there are two problems and two issues that people, generally speaking, have, with their fitness journey. Number one is that it's disjointed. They don't know what they're doing or even ultimately how they're doing it. We're focused on very much so creating that clear picture for you, no matter what you're doing. So essentially, we're not just simply a facility, we're a facilitator of fitness. We're actually coming to you and actually bringing you on board of your journey. And so it's not as though you have to upend your lifestyle and to make a total change. We actually join you where you're actually at, physically as well as fundamentally, helping you expand essentially helping you expand across the board what you're actually doing, introducing you to new experiences so that essentially fitness becomes part of your life. That's number one. Number two is that a lot of times fitness is not fun. Right? Fitness can be a bit of a challenge. Fitness can be a bit of a grind. Doing the same thing over and over again can actually be exhausting. And so we're always looking at introducing new ways of introducing you to fitness, whether you're talking about gamification, whether you're talking about group engagement on a number of different levels. So within Fitometry, we know that, we recognize that, we actually look at finding ways to figure out how to make riding a bike fun again, make running around a lot more fun again. I think that's the big detachment that a lot of people actually do have. So when we start talking about those features, those amenities, we'd love to actually say, well, we have a spin class, but we have more than just simply a spin class. We have a fully immersive spin class, an IMAX-like theater, a full 24-foot screen to really help you immerse, take your mind off of what the work actually is, and actually truly getting back to having fun. Our high intensity room is fully immersive with all the bells and whistles and lights and sounds that you actually can actually experience, that you can imagine experiencing there. It's almost like kind of harkening back to the days where you're running around playing tag. It's still fitness, it's still exercise, but now it's actually fun.
We're the daughters of the owner of Fitometry, and we're really, really excited about this grand opening. It's been such a long road, and there have been many obstacles, and overall it's just been amazing to watch the progression of this huge project. I really, really admire my father's perseverance, and it's something that I'll never forget. It's a great lesson to learn, and the place looks amazing, and his effort and all of the time that he put in really paid off. It looks really good. I'm very proud of him.
I agree with her. I'm very proud of my dad. I think the place looks amazing. You've learned many lessons, and the hard work definitely paid off. There were obstacles, but it's great now. Thanks, Dad. We love you.